10 safest countries if World War III breaks out. Where in the world may one find the best opportunities for personal safety? Likely, you don't give much thought to the following query, but if World War III were to break out, in what part of the world would you feel most secure? Or, if things became very heated and radioactive, how safe would you feel in your home nation or your hometown? This movie presents a list of 10 nations, each of which is said to have a good probability of surviving a nuclear holocaust, according to the information presented in the film. Number 10. Switzerland. The gorgeous nation of Switzerland, which is located in the middle of Europe, has, for many years, upheld the practice of remaining impartial. During some of Europe's most trying times, Switzerland has been able to mostly avoid the attention of the rest of the continent by isolating itself within its mountainous surroundings. Its population is well regulated, so people have access to firearms, and they don't put too much faith in their government. Number 9. Tuvalu. Tuvalu is a country in the South Pacific. I don't think you're the only person who thinks that way, but if there were to be a war, it would go around this island nation, where the 10,000 people can live in an independent and self-sufficient manner if necessary. Tuvalu is located exactly in the middle of the distance between Australia and Hawaii. The impacts of climate change and the likelihood of rising sea levels are of greater concern to it than the chance of a war. Number 8. New Zealand. This is a fantastic location that has risen to international prominence as a result of the filming of the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit franchises, as well as the success of the All Blacks rugby team. It is cut off from the rest of the world, has fertile land that is suitable for agriculture, and is inhabited by a pleasant group of people who are very capable of looking out for themselves. If the rest of the world went to war, according to the Global Peace Index for 2015, New Zealand came in at number 4. Number 7. Bhutan. Even though it is sandwiched between India and China, Bhutan would have no trouble surviving a global conflict. However, it has experienced some border disputes with China's communist government. Bhutan is another place that could function without the need for the outside world and the conflicts that it brings because it has historically been isolated and is shielded from the rest of the world by the Himalayan mountains. Just keep away Beijing. In addition to that, it is considered to be one of the happiest places on the planet. Number 6. Chile. The Global Peace Index, GPI, places Chile at number 55, and its score of 1.840 places it as the second safest country in South America. Although it is a highly developed country with a low overall crime rate, it is known for having occasional incidents of muggings and robberies, which are sometimes carried out at gunpoint. You don't need to have a world war as a reason to move to Chile, which is one of South America's most stable and prosperous nations, because it has a long coastline and friendly people. Chile is a good place to be if the world goes to hell in a handbag because it has a lot of clean air and water that is easily accessible. In addition to this, the country is shielded by the Andes mountain range. Number 5. The country of Iceland. Iceland is a frigid country, which is to be expected given its name, yet the people who live there are friendly and pose no danger to anyone. As a direct result of this, it does not maintain a regular army. 350,000 people are living in the nation, and it is often regarded as one of the most developed countries in the world. Similarly, all of Iceland's power comes from renewable sources. Number 4. Denmark, Greenland. Greenland, an autonomous region that is a part of Denmark, has a good chance of surviving a global war. Even though Denmark itself would suffer significant damage, Greenland is composed of 80% ice, despite its name. Greenland has a population of just over 50,000 people, and sadly, the suicide rate in the nation is very high. However, at least they are so out of the way that a world war would probably pass them by, making Greenland one of the safest countries in the world to live in, because of their location between the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. Number 3. Malta. Now, I've already given you my opinion on Malta previously, but the video continues to talk about how Malta is a fortified island. It's possible that in this day and age, a fortress won't be able to defend anyone, but I want to be proven incorrect. Even though it was subjected to heavy bombing by Axis forces during World War II, it was still able to survive by the skin of its teeth. It has been the subject of several battles throughout history. If there was another global conflict, I would steer clear of Malta as well as the rest of the Mediterranean. In addition to this, Malta is one of the safest countries in the world and has a high quality of life, boasting wonderful weather and an abundance of options for both business and leisure. Malta is an excellent destination for people with a high net worth who are thinking about moving. Number 2. Ireland. Ireland came in third place on a list that ranked the safest countries in the world to live in and travel to, which was topped by Iceland. The Global Peace Index, GPI, 2022 assigns a peacefulness ranking to each of the world's 163 countries by analyzing data on their political stability, relations with neighboring countries, number of refugees, internal and external conflicts, military expenditure, incarceration rates, and perceptions of criminality, among other factors. The index ranks the nations from most peaceful to least peaceful. The Irish are probably neutral people who do not have many enemies in today's world. Additionally, they are located far enough away from Europe to prevent themselves from becoming embroiled in a global conflict. Because a significant portion of the rest of Europe will be in a state of anarchy or ruin, the Irish will have to fend for themselves and become self-sufficient while living in one of the safest countries in the world. Number 1. Fiji. Fiji is a wonderful place to spend a vacation, and it would be wonderful if the country could continue life as normal even if there was a global conflict going on. However, the country would still face some difficulties. Both tourism and sugar exports make up a significant portion of Fiji's economy. However, if a global war were to break out, these two industries would virtually cease to exist. Therefore, there would be some adjustments that would need to be done, and it would need to operate on its own. However, given the abundance of natural resources it possesses, one would expect it to be able to accomplish this goal. The problem is that approximately 860,000 people are living there, and 87% of them live on just two major islands, Viti Levu and Vanua Levu. This means that if civil disobedience breaks out or if increased tensions between ethnic Fijians and Indo-Fijians break out, things could become somewhat tense in those areas. But would anyone bother to waste their time and effort by detonating nuclear weapons anywhere near Fiji? Very doubtful. If World War III did break out, this would make it one of the safest countries in the world. So this is the end of our today's video. Do you like it? Feel free to submit your response in our comments section below, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos.